during a set is Starlight, you know, and it's dedicated to Viral the Virus.
Right.
And the reason why I'm bringing him up, because I know he was a very, very important person in your life, and I also know a lot of artists, you know, in the New Jersey, Philly scene. You know, he was very well known. You know, Snow Goons worked with him a lot. Just talk about Viral the Virus and how important he is, and just the fact that he doesn't get as much notoriety, but is respected in so many circles in the underground.
Right. Yeah, Viral, man. Viral was he was one of the best MCs that I've ever heard in my life, and I stand by that to this day. He was just a genuinely happy-go-lucky dude. He had a good heart, he had a good energy and a good spirit about him, and you know, he's missed very much, man. And you know, me and his old partner Caliph, who's also my partner on Reef Radio, my DJ. You know, he produced all of Viral stuff. They were like, you know, thick as thieves, man. You know, it's a void there that can never be filled. But I'm happy that, you know, later in life, or later after he passed, rather, that a lot of his music and his name has been carried on. And I thank the Snow Goons and all the other artists that have kind of taken on that responsibility of keeping his name alive. And one of the best things about touring this last tour we did in Europe, is the Snow Goons would play the track Starlight that they produced by Viral, and they would get one of the best responses of the night. So to hear his just voice coming out of those speakers over there every night in front of thousands of kids, man, it just warms your heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, he's incredible. If you don't know his music, you're not familiar with it, go out there and get it like ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because it is really, really, really incredibly dope. So shout out to him. Yeah.
Right. Indeed. And, you know, speaking of the kids, you know, we were speaking briefly before we started this interview, you know, talking about you being a father and whatnot. And just, you know, as a fan of your music, one of my favorite lines you've ever kicked was, you know, how, you know, I forgot the first bar, but the second bar was pretty much, you know, I'd rather watch my son sleeping. You know, and it's such a deep line that resonates since I'm a father now. You know, and I understand the importance of that. Just being a business owner, you know, and just having lines like that. How, you know, this is something that rarely gets talked about in hip hop culture, especially in these types of interviews. How important, how life changing was it to become a father, and how did it change your perception of making music and starting businesses like this? You know, setting this kind of, you know, this role, being a role model and stuff for someone else now, you know, that's so close to you.
Yeah, man. I mean, fatherhood is it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It's the greatest thing I think that can happen to any man, and it's a responsibility that I take very, very seriously. And it made me realize that life is bigger than me. It made me want to do better. It made me want to be a better man, a better provider, a better partner to his mother. And just all around, I mean, I'm still getting there. I'm still working on it every day. I'm nowhere near where I want to be with that stuff. But it really, really, you know, he changed me forever. You know what I'm saying? And when his brother came, you know, I have two now. When his brother came, it made it even that much more special. So, you know, they mean more to me than anything else. It's more important to me than music or any other bullshit out there. I know at the end of the day that I can always go home, and they don't care about any of that stuff. They just want their father there. And I think a lot of young brothers, you know, the responsibility of fatherhood scares so many people, but especially if you don't have your shit together. But the thing that I've learned is that they don't care about none of that. They just want you to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, we all want to do as best as we can, but, you know, being there is going to be the most important thing. You know what I mean? I always tell that to anybody that's about to be a new parent, is that being present, being in their lives is what is most important to them, and it's what's going to be most important to you, and what you need to always remember and focus on. So, I mean, it really just, I'm not saying it slowed me down. I mean, it made me go hard, but at the same time, it made me kind of smarter in my moves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I definitely felt like I was a little bit more reckless before my boys came. So I realize now that I'm living for two people. You know what I'm saying? I'm living for three people too, if you include their mother. Like, it's not about me. It's about them and making sure that they're okay and that everybody's safe and happy. And you know, I just try to always make sure that that's what I'm doing is being there for my family. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the main thing for me. You know?
Indeed,
for sure.
Indeed. You know, so, you know, last summer you came out with the Fury Styles project with Bear One. You know, I'm sure you've been touring off of that. You know, how's the response been from the fans on that project? It's definitely a much more harder project.
Yeah.
Definitely has an edge. You know, it's more like that smack in the face type of music.
It's probably the most, I would say, street record that I've ever done.
Definitely.
But that was just the style of beats that Bear was giving me, man. And you know, his style is on that, you know, Alchemist, Havoc, gutter shit, and it just made me want to get that stuff out of my system, and I needed it, man, because I hadn't really put out anything in a while, and we had been working on it off and on for years, And I just, the vibe of the record was just super street, super dark, and I wanted to keep it that way. But the response has been great, man. A lot of people love it. It's one of the shortest records I've ever done, which I actually kind of like that now because people's attention span is so small.
It's true.
So we kept it to 9 tracks, and you know what I'm saying. But like people been loving it, man. I'm actually looking to get more copies because we pressed up a limited amount of CDs and they're all going now. Because I was like, man, nobody listens to CDs no more. But we're going to probably get some more pressed up in the next month or two. I'm back out in Europe in April with Snow Goons, and then I'm trying to set up a U.S. tour for like the fall when school rolls back around. So we just gonna keep it moving, man. Keep pushing it out there. We actually shot another video for one of the tracks. We're just working on that one. Blackout.
Nice.
Which is basically about blacking out on niggas.
That's
so
what's up.
Try to get that out there soon. So yeah, man. Just and that's my brother. Shout out to Bear One, man. He's an incredible artist, incredible producer, and just a great man. So it was great working with him finally.
Indeed. So when we had the Blog Talk Radio interview, I told you about how much I admired the work you did with Igu Direct, whatnot, and I know you talked about how maybe you're gonna reach out to him again.
Yeah, for sure.
So just for the fans, has anything happened? Have you guys materialized?
Yeah. We actually, for those who don't know, my Bandcamp, reef.cauze.bandcamp.com. The newest track on there is actually from my birthday, December 30th. It's called Grizzly. That's produced by Igo. That's the first track we've done together, put out in years. And he has a couple more tracks that he had sent me that I'm going to be using for my next record.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll ever be just like the full EP type thing that we talked about on the show.
Right.
But he's definitely going to have some new tracks on the new record, man. So I'm excited for that, for people to hear it. And hopefully, he'll continue to make beats and get me when he can. But I just love that dude, man. He's just, he's, like you said before when we did the last interview, like we had that chemistry.
Yeah, you guys really do.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. But as far as his new record, he's got at least 3 other joints on there.
Nice.
So, yeah, man, for sure.
And that's my final question is, what's the next thing you're working on musically for the fans, and just let them know what the status is.
Yeah, I have a new record that I'm working on right now. I'm gonna say the title that I have now, but it changes every other day. Right now, it's called Children of a Higher God. And I had a concept for it, but I don't know if I'm really going with it. But it just basically is just breaking down different aspects of life. So it's going to be a lot about family. It's going to be a lot about hustling. It's going to be a lot about maturing as a man. It's basically just talking about manhood and us as a people and us as a community. Children of a higher God. Like that title just stuck with me because I just started thinking about where the world is right now and how much pain and a lot of people are doubting themselves. They're doubting their fellow man. They're doubting their country. They're doubting their surroundings. And I'm just wanted to put that out there, that those vibrations that we feel and that energy that we feel, that's real, man. Like we are a chosen people. We are a children of a higher God. And I just want to try to put that, encapsulate that in the music and put that out there to the people.
Right.
So we're working on that right now, man. I'm inspired by all of the great artists been coming out from so many different hip hop artists and different, not just hip hop, but just R&B, rock. Like I just feel like right now it's like, especially with everything going on in the world, this is the time to allow that creative energy to burst out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed.
You still gonna do the alter ego? What's the guy? What's his name?
You was listening to the show? Yeah. I still want to do my sexy R&B record.
All right. Watch out now.
Hey,
get on your Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Shirt with the chest open. That's funny. I forgot about that.
Reef, real quick. Talk, because you were very honest on Reef Radio, and you were talking about that you were diagnosed with high blood pressure. Something I have, and something a lot of middle-aged black men suffer from. Can you talk a little bit about that and the importance of us changing our diets and learning, because we have kids, all of us have children, and it's important for them.
I mean, look, God rest in peace to Sean Price, Pumpkinhead, my man Jay Arch. These are a lot of good brothers that just died young because of not taking care of their bodies. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, man, it's something that like we, for some reason, as men of color, don't really take too serious. You don't go get checkups. You don't go to psychiatrists. Mental health, physical health is so important. And unfortunately, it takes especially for the hard-headed, something scary like that to happen. You know what I mean? So for me, it was the fact that like I wasn't feeling too good in this area. I went and found out. So right now I'm just trying to change up, and it's a process. I'm nowhere near there yet. I'm still smoking my bogeys and eating not as good as I can, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it, and I want all y'all, don't wait till it's too late, or don't wait till you're in the hospital with tubes coming out your nose to figure it out. Like,
Thanks.
we getting older, it's fact. As you get older, your body starts to slow down. Your metabolism, your T cells, all that bullshit, it starts to be affected. So you got to drink more water, stop eating as much, stop drinking all that bullshit, smoking all that bullshit. I'm not saying don't become a square and don't do nothing, but everything in moderation, man, because there's no way getting around it. There's nobody that there's all these ideas of like the men from back in the day would drink and smoke and live life. Them niggas died when they were like 60, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers didn't live like super long lives back then.
Plus the food is worse now,
the food
too.
Was, you know what I'm saying? The food is way worse. The air is way worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is way worse. The cigarettes are harsher. The weed is stronger. The alcohol got more alcohol in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
GMOs.
even know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm saying? Alcohol got more alcohol in it.
It's definitely stronger.
It's strong. Everything's
and
more
it's bigger.
Everything's way more fucking. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So everything in moderation, but take care of yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your body. Take care of your mental health too, because all that shit's connected, man. You know what I mean? We got to start doing better. But obviously, we need for those resources to be there as well too. So we got to take it upon ourselves to try to educate some of the younger brothers. And, you know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely,
for sure.
You also mentioned just.